And right now, we're going to visit with a gentleman that's going to join us throughout the course of the basketball season. He's in his 11th year at San Diego State. Assistant basketball coach Mark Fisher joins us on the Western Exterminator Hotline on XX1090. And Coach Fisher, how are you tonight?
Coach Quintera, I am fantastic. I'm actually at the Bayfront Hilton Hotel. Coach Fisher just was honored with the Copley YMCA Civic Tribute Award. So we just had a really awesome event.
Oh, that's great. I wanted to ask you, I was talking to Coach Don Casey today, and he's going to be on the program tomorrow night and talk a little bit more about this coaching clinic that's actually going to take place the night before the Carrier Classic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's open. They're going to charge, I think, $55 for 4 hours of basketball instruction. Steve Fisher is going to be a part of it. Jim Boeheim, Coach Casey, I think Reggie Theus, Michael Cage. And this is going to be a great opportunity, I think, for both high school coaches, even, junior college coaches, as well as youth basketball coaches to come out and really learn a lot over a 4-hour period. And it's going to be right on the USS Midway.
It's going to be really cool, Coach. And, people know Coach Fisher's name. They know Coach Boeheim and Coach Theus. But Don Casey is a legend, and you know that, Coach. He's a former NBA assistant. He's one of the smartest coaches I've ever met. I've learned a ton from him. He's a zone guru. He's written many books called The Temple of the Zone. So if there's any coaches listening, come to the clinic. You'll learn a lot, and I would look into Don Casey. He's a phenomenal coach, a great mentor, and a guy that you can learn a lot from.
Yeah, and for our listening audience out there, Coach Don Casey is going to join us tomorrow night in studio at 9:30 and give you more information about this really cool coaching clinic right on the USS Midway a week from this Thursday, the night before the Carrier Classic. Okay, you guys open up Thursday night. You got an exhibition game against Cal State San Marcos, former assistant to Steve Lavin up there, Jimmy Sy, the head coach at Cal State San Marcos. What are you guys looking to get out of this first exhibition game?
Well, Coach, we are so excited, players, coaches, managers, everybody, to finally play somebody other than ourselves. We've been beating each other's brains in for weeks now. So I think it's just going to be great to put on our real jerseys, go out there with a nice crowd under the lights. And, Coach, we just want the guys to play hard, play well, take care of the ball, do all the little things right. We don't have to be sensational tomorrow. That's, Thursday. That's day one, game one of hopefully many. And we just want our play to be as consistent as it's been in practice. We don't want to see anything in the game we haven't seen in practice. That's one of Coach's big sayings. And we just want solid play. We want great effort, and we want to make the fans proud.
So you got the game on Thursday night. Then next Monday night, you come back. You've got an exhibition game against Coach Carlson and UC San Diego leading up to the season opener on national television a week from this Friday against the Syracuse Orangemen. How will you treat the second exhibition game compared to the first game?
We'll probably tinker with lineups, I think, Coach. I think you'll see on Thursday everybody will get a lot of opportunity. I think that'll be kind of scaled back on the fifth. I think you'll probably see more of a true rotation develop. Everybody will still get an opportunity, but I think you'll see us start to really whittle down who's going to play where, who's going to play with who, and at what position. And, Coach Carlson does a great job. We'll have two good early tests from two great coaches and two good programs.
We're visiting with Mark Fisher, the assistant basketball coach of San Diego State. They get ready to open up exhibition play this coming Thursday night against Cal State San Marcos. Mark, let's talk a little bit about practice. How are you guys getting yourself prepared? Because I know you're working on the 2-3 zone probably daily right now. How do you go about doing it in practice and really getting a good look?
Well, Coach, I took a page out of Mitt Romney's book, and I had David Velasquez, our great video coordinator, give me binders full of Syracuse DVDs. And we've been working really hard. Tony Bland has done all he can with our scout team to set up a 2-3 zone to try to mimic Syracuse, but that's impossible, Coach. You know that. They're the best zone team in the country, and we've got walk-ons trying to emulate that, but we're just trying to give our guys a quality look, and most importantly, the same defensive principles we're going to see from Syracuse. They guard it a certain way. When the ball goes to the high post, their big center takes the ball. Their guards span out to take the shooters. It's a bit of a unique cover that Coach Boeheim has developed. It's very effective. It's not your traditional 2-3 necessarily. We've tried to mimic it as best we can. The scout team's done a fantastic job. And, we'll see. We can't give them a perfect look, but I think hopefully by the time the ninth rolls around, our guys will be comfortable with what they're going to see.
Mark, I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure I'm right on with these years, but I believe even before Coach Boeheim, they played a 2-3 zone at Syracuse. Now, I wanted to say this will be the 56th consecutive year that they've played a 2-3 zone, and to me, that's absolutely incredible.
It is, and I wasn't alive back then, Coach, so maybe you and Big Fish can have that conversation. But they've been playing it as long as I can remember. I remember as a little kid sitting in the Holiday Inn with my dad and with Coach Frieder watching Syracuse versus Indiana in the 1987 National Championship game, and he had it perfected then. So he's tweaked it. He's recruited to the zone, Coach, which is so important. He recruits 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", long, athletic, and rangy. They'll probably start 6'4", 6'6", 6'9", 6'9", 6'10", would be my guess. And that's all by design. He recruits players that can play two guys at once. They can stunt at one guy and then be at another by the time the ball gets there. And it's really an ingenious philosophy that the players have embraced and that Coach Boeheim's done a magnificent job teaching.
We're visiting with Mark Fisher, assistant basketball coach, San Diego State. Joining us on the Western Exterminator Hotline here on San Diego Sports Leader, Double X 1090. When did you guys start really trying to dissect this zone? As soon as you found out you had this game sometime middle of summer?
Yeah, we watched some tape then, Coach, but we really didn't want to introduce anything to the players before. We've probably been doing zone stuff just a couple days. I think just the last 2 days with the guys. We really wanted to teach our concepts on both sides of the ball that we're going to use throughout the season. Syracuse is a huge game, but we didn't want to jump into it the first day in September and have the guys thinking zone from then until the game. We really wanted to instill all of our principles, both zone and man, offense and defense. So the coaches have prepared. We watched a ton of game film, and the guys are really getting their first taste, but they'll be ready come the ninth.
Are you surprised that more teams don't run this 2-3 zone?
I am when I watch Syracuse run it, Coach, because it looks like the way to go. I think so many coaches, like Coach Fish, you grow up as a young kid and you learn man-to-man principles, and, it's tough man-to-man, guard your guy, guard your yard, help your teammate, help the helper. And we're all so ingrained with that. I think most coaches just know man-to-man better, Coach, to be honest. And I think the zone, so many people use it as a change-up, and it's so unique in Syracuse to have a team run it as their primary and really only half-court defense. And, as an offensive team, you spend 85% of your time on man-to-man offense. So it really is a smart thing. And I am a little surprised, Coach, with the success Syracuse has had. You'd think more people would adopt it full-time.
Mark, you mentioned Tony Bland, and for a lot of people in our listening audience, they know Tony Bland played at San Diego State, but he originally went to Syracuse before he transferred to San Diego State. I would imagine he's been able to kind of rack his brain to remember some of the rules that Boeheim teaches. He's
been good. He has helped me understand the different slides and kicks that Coach Boeheim teaches. I've actually been on YouTube, Coach, watching Jim Boeheim basketball clinics, watching him teach it to other high school coaches. But having Tony is such a nice advantage because he's been taught that zone. He started there for 2 years, and he's played it. He knows the kicks and the slides, and he's helped us kind of formulate a way to attack it. Now, there's no guarantees that it's going to work, but we feel like we have some ideas and some concepts that the kids can get behind and believe in and give ourselves opportunities to score.
Hey, Mark, we talked the last couple of weeks about you guys going out and shooting outside, with the wind and, depth perception and all that. The one thing I wanted to ask you, What basketball are you guys going to use for this game? Are you going to use an outdoor ball or the regular ball?
No, it's going to be a regular ball on a regular floor. I think, Coach, I spoke to Matt Soria today. I think we are going to do something outside. We have a couple options. Obviously, nothing will mimic the experience of being on the Midway.
Right.
But it's going to be a normal court, normal ball. Everything will be the same, but, it will be different to be outside, no backdrop. So I think we really won't know, Coach, what we're in for until the day before when we get on the boat for the shoot-around.
Now, are there some events for the team leading up to the game on Friday night? I know we got the coaches clinic on Thursday. When is Syracuse coming in? Is there like a luncheon or a banquet or anything leading up to this game?
I think there is, Coach. Honestly, the only events leading up to it that I care about are the practices for the Aztecs. So I'm not sure what we've got in store. I'm sure there are, and I'm sure they're going to be really fun. But yeah, on my end, I'm got my head buried in the video player, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to give the Aztecs a fighting chance against an awesome team.
And I'm sure Matt Soria will just point you in the right direction on where you're supposed to be.
Exactly. You got it, Coach.
Hey, last question. With Halloween tomorrow night, we got the early signing period here pretty quick, don't we?
We do. I can't be specific, but
right.
I think you will be happy. I think the fans will be happy. And I think, as we talked about last week, we're in a great position now, Coach. We've got a lot of good players. We'll have a lot coming back, and we'll have the luxury of holding a couple scholarships for a transfer or for a big-time recruit that may decide to wait until late. So we're going to sign a couple, and then we're going to hold a couple and strengthen the team in the late signing period as well.
Now, when does the early signing period actually start?
Coach, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think it is next week.
Yeah, I know. I think probably next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so maybe, who knows if it's next Tuesday. Maybe when you come on Tuesday night, you can tell us about those guys that you've actually signed.
That'd be perfect, Coach. I'd love to talk about them. They deserve a little pub, so I appreciate you giving me a platform to hype them up.
Hey, great stuff, my friend. Have a great week of practice. We'll look forward to doing this next Tuesday night. Good luck Thursday and Monday, and we'll have a lot to talk about next Tuesday night.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Mark Fisher, assistant basketball coach at San Diego State. The Aztecs come in ranked 20th by the Associated Press and favored to win yet another Mountain West Conference basketball title, and all the tickets for all the games are sold out.